Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Everybody the renegade there. The man when afraid, man of the wilderness. Keep it real and honest one, you know, tabloid. Alright, so me gonna just continue because me see somebody sent me something with the JLP put out what them doing a 8.5 years and I put 18.5 years. Them that goddamn disgrace, you know. When I goddamn disgrace. Come I put it up and I ask a question. But here what I continue with now. Me I tell you said the JLP, yeah? I'm gonna show them what is espionage. And where spy now America deal with spies. And deal with these kind of people where, you know, them deal with outside powers, what happened to them. And I mean, I know them man and none of them no go to jail in Jamaica. Them shoot bad Marley. Remember them CIA infiltrate the place. Yeah? The man them burned down Eventide. Not CIA, but JLP. Go on Edward Seaga the front line. Them pick the man them were bullet. Them can tell you. You read Seaga on the front line, respond to everything will happen in the 70s. See? You can have a foreign power and you work with a foreign power for what your government. I make a government scream or do something. This is bullshit. Yeah? This bad. This is not joke thing. Every time them bring up 70s, can we live good in the 70s? You know much your house, you know much your car, you know much your everything. I don't care what them do with it, but them 2 times that, 76, 80. We see what them do. And remember something declassified. So them can't say we are tell life on them. Not at all. So we're gonna play a couple more things. From the 70s. As a matter of fact, I see how them and the JLP start the Dan and the gangs in Jamaica. The real Dans and that's all them well and pan it are them. And remember now, them roll from that to crime and violence. You know. Not my say, it's there documented. Yeah? For eager for mass of a country. Yeah? The man them destroy Jamaica. And I fight about the gang, the man, and about them destroy the country. So even when some people say CIA, media Jamaica couldn't infiltrate me. Because I separate my country from your country. And you couldn't sell out a country. This is about the JLP though. Yeah, them are Andrew. See, them sell out the country. Them not have no moral authority to talk to nobody. None. Zero. Them is shit. Yeah? I'm going to look how spy, how them deal with spy in the United States. I'm going to show you the evening title, Seaga, you know, hypocritical. When them go there, you have so much people there. I'll show you about Marley. I want to show you about Marley too. How them deal with Bob Marley. Yeah? Remember them never like Christopher Manning. See reggae music as a threat. So them, and him alone get shot neither. Him wife Dan Taylor get shot too. Other people get shot. And now them a jump up and every time them come back and say the 70s, the whole of this freak through my head. No, I'm not going to bed till 5 o'clock this morning. That's why you see me does. When I jump up, I see the time because nothing. You know, when I talk, I like draw some things. I'm going to find the material, draw down some material where I want to show them. Like when I tell them saying the 70s and the GRS, me get that. So, yes, me get that. 5 o'clock. Look after 5, I'm going to bed this morning. Because some work, you know. Me not, hey, when I know my style. So, me like when I talk, me show the receipt. And then me get one of the road in the 70s, early 70s. And me get one in a 84. It might have dirty, but look if you see the hole in the road. And I put up the one with JOS also. So me get them 3 there. Me get 3. Yeah? And I have some other little material where I show them. Because I remember you have to reach to this material where you have to show. Yes? And then I draw back for a Big Mama. When Big Mama tell him say Eventide and they have a little, you know, it's a liberator, then spread them propaganda. And look how them fool now. Them the critical thinker, MARLEY in a power. What teach all people to read and write. Then Andrew own it. You think you could have come and said, man, are the Prime Minister. Well, look about all. What create school or build Japan. So you think you could have said PMP burning up? Wait, in a PMP, if it is a CIA, so all CIA involved when a PMP burn down place or PMP do this. You know, so it doesn't have no sense. Anything but the CIA, when you see them do a JLP, do it themselves on the ground. But it don't have no sense. CIA try to sink Michael Manley. And from it here, CIA document release. Why that's a Michael Manley do people national power? What's all the dunce, man? Then me see them put up somebody send me one of them dunce put up it's a goddamn disgrace. Someone want to show that too. So let me start. Tell me if me ever echo when me start this. So when I want me start from, let me start from spy and where them do spy. Let me start from this.
Once called him the most damaging spy in Bureau history. And today, convicted former agent Robert Hanssen has died in a federal prison. Hanssen received payments of $1.4 million in cash and diamonds for the information he provided to the Soviet Union and after that to Russia. And he's been in custody since July 2002. According to the Office of the FBI's Inspector General, we're quoting here, Hanssen compromised some of the nation's most important intelligence and military secrets, including the identities of dozens of human sources, at least 3 of whom were executed. CNN's Josh Campbell joins me now. Josh, you worked for the FBI for a number of years. The FBI has long placed Hanssen in the pantheon of the worst spies that affected not just the Bureau, but the country as well. Help people understand just what damage he did over the more than 20 years that he was spying for Russia.
Yeah, Jim, this was arguably the most damaging spy in the history of the United States. Robert Hanssen, as you mentioned, was an FBI agent. He started spying for the Russians back in 1979. He was a special agent in the New York division, eventually working his way up to FBI headquarters, having access to some of the most classified information pertaining to the U.S. government's efforts to target Russia. Now, he pleaded guilty to passing thousands of classified documents to his Russian handlers. He also, as you mentioned, resulted his work in the execution of numerous Russians who were spying for the United States. One of them, Dmitry Polyakov, was a high-ranking Soviet general executed after Hanssen provided that information to the Russians. There was also this plot that was called Operation Monopoly. This was an effort by the U.S. government. This is straight out of spy fiction to build a tunnel underneath the Russian embassy in the United States in Washington, D.C. to spy on the Russians. Hanssen betrayed that to the Russians, saying, look, the U.S. government is able to spy on you. That also obviously allowing the Russians to take countermeasures. Now, Hanssen himself was eventually betrayed by a spy in Russia who was recruited by the U.S. government. At that time, there was a feud between the CIA and FBI regarding where this mole was. They knew there was a mole. They didn't know which agency. This Russian spy eventually carted out a file that the KGB had on Robert Hanssen. And in the basement of FBI headquarters, this interagency group sat there looking at a fingerprint that was uncovered from a so-called dead drop. They were able to run that. That matched to Robert Hanssen. As you see on your video screen there, he was eventually taken into custody by the FBI. Finally, it's worth pointing that at that point, Jim, there wasn't a death penalty under the Aldridge Ames case. Robert Hanssen eventually decided to plead guilty rather than face that eventual death penalty. He was living out the rest of his years in.
So you see, him get death him plead guilty. Instead of take a death penalty, him dead. And a long time him dead. I must say 2022 or something him dead. Somewhere around there him dead. Right? Them hold him early 2000. He might do it from 79. But this is what them do with people where you as an American and you go spy as the next spy where them recruit from Russia, cause so them country work. Make them know say him a the spy and him in there, And you see what them do it to him have to spend him most of life, him have to dead in there. Them that can give him the death penalty, them not play. No country play. You can't play with JLP. When you sell out a country, business your size, you're a traitor to Jamaica. A traitor. When me see Queenie and one of them dead, so we're not a joker. We're not a joker. This is about, he's a traitor. You're dangerous. Yeah? It couldn't be America and you do this to your own country, them going to hold you. It couldn't be Canada, UK, and nowhere else. You couldn't do in politics, them that dismantle that. Yeah? Because I don't want somebody in there do this. At the head of that, I work with CIA for overthrow Michael Manley. That's serious. This is one man, and him a Russia. Remember American bandits? Your FBI and you sit down there and not betray your country, which is wrong. It's wrong. It's like your mother household and you betray your mom. Your dad from out of your household for people out there. So this wrong. You understand? Yes. So this what happened. Yeah? Let me continue to play this. And that's why I'm not in them, because none of them don't go prison or nothing. Them they turn about them a minister and spread propaganda the same way. Who listen to them? They are garbage. Yeah, man, they never fail enough. Man, they get from outside force. Tell me something. Housing just fail. Show me one thing what man they do are communists. Because they use the housing trust. And every laws and everything we're bringing right now. Maternity leave, it fail. Come here, some people say some about PMP thing fail. They might hear that now. Maternity leave fail. The man give free education. That what you do. You reverse it from who get educated from them time there. We come and turn some businessman, doctor, lawyer, this, that, everything. Them fail. Them can't fail. Some of them go teach other people and all kind of little things. Not what man they do, they never fail. I don't care who them want to change their name, them never fail. You understand? 40 hours a week work, it fail. Gun court fail. I don't know what they must say fail that way, but the one of the man them things in there. Equal pay, equal status, man and woman, that fail. The bastard act fail. Because right now, you have rights to your people, them things. So, I don't know what, because them can't talk to me, All me I said, them, none of them no go to prison, and still they have to run them out. Yeah. Yeah, me understand? Yeah. And yesterday she come up and beat her before. She has shit like an AI woman, and yesterday. So when them put up that, it's like a little AI. I put her up and beat her yesterday, man. She has shit, man. But everything when you're out of that, what them have put up, it makes sense? No. That is garbage. Yes. So that looks like a more AI one. I put her up from the other day, man. Yes. Me show her again. Be a garbage. Let me continue with this. Yeah.
That Supermax facility
to your
in Colorado
point,
found this morning dead at 79.
Right. To your point, Josh, as you've been speaking, this is the footage, somewhat grainy, from his arrest in 2001. And he was from an age of dead drops, right, where he would walk into a forest or a park and leave something he'd stolen to be picked up later and receive things as well that way. But one essential fact of this is that he was doing this for more than 2 decades. He stopped 2 or 3 times, once when his wife discovered him handling classified documents, convinced him to stop, but he went back to doing it. That was quite a breach from the FBI's perspective, was it not? Because there was suspicion for some time before they came about to making this arrest.
No, absolutely. And you mentioned the dead drops. You know, what was so interesting is the person in the Russian embassy who ran Robert Hansen, a man named Viktor Shirkashin, he also ran Aldrich Ames, who was the infamous CIA spy. Now, the handler would meet with Ames. The Russians didn't know who Robert Hansen was until he was eventually arrested. He took such great care to protect his own identity, essentially handling himself. And so, you know, Shirkashin wrote a book and said, look, I didn't know who this guy was until I saw it on my TV screen. As you mentioned, as far as FBI failures, this rocked the Bureau, the larger intelligence community. Throughout his career, even though Robert Hansen worked Russian cases and had access to this highly sensitive information, he was never polygraphed. Eventually, the FBI instituted 5-year polygraphs. You know, I was in the Bureau. We got polygraphed every 5 years because they were concerned about just this case, someone who might turn out to be a spy. And so when you sit in that polygraph room, the first question they asked you, have you provided any information to someone who doesn't need to know it? Are you a spy? And again, that was all a result of the lax security protocols that were in place that allowed Robert Hansen to spy for over 20 years.
No question. Well, listen, some of these persist. And by the way, with technology today, you could have someone take classified documents and distribute them, say, on a closed internet chat room, such as Discord, as we're seeing with this ongoing investigation of this airman.
Right.
As holes are plugged, new holes open up with technology. Josh Campbell, thanks so much.
So I'm going to start from this. But I start from that because, you know, it what people like. Now, you know, sometimes they do movie, I do a real thing. But like show the thing like this. When I show it like this, I drop him my neck, you know. When I arrest him, 2001. Real drop that. Him die in a prison, 2023. Right? So I'm going to show you some of the things them when do. That's why when you think about CIA and them bringing gun. And by the way, you have some people that talk about gun. If you look on the gun, them will come in the M16 and a Russian gun. Russian not build M16. You understand them the American gun. You see M16 and the gun them will come American made gun. Where you see flood the street and some man get some from them and you know, and then you see more and more of them M16 thing up on the road back in the days. Them there wouldn't be no gun on Cuba at the time. Them never have no M16. You know, them that come from Vietnam and drop in the place. See? But as I said before, you blame Jamaican, you blame the JLP. Because you can't hungry for power. See, I go about in America anyway. And you're hungry for power that you overthrow poor people. Poor people. The moment I dismantle it, if backside could have put us so far and I'm 51%, that means if we have 100% from backside, we don't need to buy no money from nobody and we have grow our own food and things. Them couldn't make that happen. Because them look down upon you, you know, it's like a slave, yes. Then you're not independent. You have to make sure buy from them and not do them company. And it's not right. And no country is supposed to come and mash up your country and then you are saying, yes, you're never hungry. This is bullshit. Yeah. Yeah, you understand? Let me show you how the drop off point go. Come here, I go down to this. I go down to this same way. See? So let me show them how the drop off point go with him. Look at illustration.
2001, 8:05 p.m., Foxstone Park, Virginia. A man kneels by a wooden footbridge, taping a package beneath it. Seconds later, headlights, car doors. He is surrounded. His name is Robert Hansen. For 22 years, he worked inside the FBI. For 15 of those years, he was selling America's secrets to Moscow. Tonight, his own agency finally closes in. The FBI didn't stumble onto Hansen by accident. They built a task force specifically to find a mole inside their own walls. For years, they suspected the wrong man entirely. A CIA officer, investigated, harassed, cleared. The real traitor sat 2 floors above the search, reviewing the very files meant to expose him. Robert Hansen wasn't some outsider who slipped through the cracks. He was FBI counterintelligence himself. His job was to catch Soviet spies. Instead, starting in 1979, he became one, selling satellite programs, nuclear war plans, and the identities of American assets to the KGB, then its successor, the SVR. Hansen never met his handlers face to face. No coffee shops, no whispered exchanges. He used dead drops, a package under a bridge, a chalk mark on a mailbox, a piece of tape on a signpost. Simple signals, anonymous. For 15 years, it worked. The FBI's own tradecraft training had taught him exactly how not to get caught. By the late 1990s, the FBI knew something was badly wrong. Multiple Soviet assets had vanished, arrested, executed, gone silent. The pattern pointed to one conclusion. Someone on the inside was talking. A dedicated team was assembled. Their target had a code name. Their suspect list included nearly everyone with access. Except at first, Hansen himself. That's the promise this story keeps. How do you find a traitor inside the very organization built to catch traitors? The FBI turned its search inward, running its own agents through the same suspicion it aimed at foreign spies. Every badge became a question mark. Every desk, a potential crime scene. Hansen sat in plain sight, filing reports on the search for himself. The break didn't come from a wiretap or an informant. It came from a price tag. In 2000, the FBI paid a former KGB officer millions of dollars for a single file, an actual audio recording and paperwork tied directly to the mole. No name was written on it, but a voice was, and that voice belonged to someone inside FBI headquarters. Analysts scrubbed the recording for hours, cross-referencing it against voice prints of agents who'd had access to the compromised programs. Fingerprints on decades-old documents were tested again with new forensic technology. Slowly, the circle of suspects narrowed from hundreds to dozens to one name investigators hadn't seriously considered before: Robert Hansen. If you're new here, this channel breaks down the biggest cybercrime and espionage cases in history, the ones that expose how easily trust can be weaponized from the inside. Subscribe now, because what happens next, the FBI setting a trap for one of its own agents, is one of the strangest operations in Bureau history.
So them around put fire nothing like this and overthrow. Yeah, nothing at all. Them around put like this. Let me continue.
FBI couldn't just arrest Hansen on a hunch. They needed him caught in the act. So they built an elaborate cover story, a fake promotion, a new office, a job that sounded like a reward, but was actually a cage. He was moved close to headquarters, watched every hour of every day, his phone lines and computer silently monitored. Investigators searched his government car and found a device disguised as ordinary electronics, later identified as a tool for encrypted communication with Moscow. They combed his home trash. They tracked bank deposits that didn't match his FBI salary. Piece by piece, the case built itself, but they still needed him at the drop site, package in hand. On February 18, 2001, Hansen was told to deliver classified documents for a signing. It was a lie. He drove instead to Foxstone Park, taped a package beneath the footbridge, and turned to walk away. That's when the surveillance teams closed in. The same moment this story began. This time there was no escape. The final tally was staggering. Over his career, Hansen had handed Moscow the identities of at least 3 Soviet double agents, 2 of whom were executed. He exposed America's most sensitive nuclear response plans and compromised a secret tunnel built beneath the Soviet embassy in Washington. In exchange, he'd been paid over $1.4 million in cash and diamonds. In court, Hansen pled guilty to 15 counts of espionage. He avoided the death penalty by cooperating, detailing exactly what he'd handed over and how. He was sentenced to life in prison without parole, sent to the most secure federal supermax facility in America, the same one that holds terrorists and cartel bosses. What makes this case so unsettling isn't just the betrayal, it's the mirror. Hansen spent his career studying how spies think, how they hide, how they slip past detection, and he used every lesson to hide himself. The hunter had simply been hunting his own reflection the entire time, and almost no one noticed. Back at Foxstone Park, the package is gone now. The bridge unremarkable, just another crossing in a quiet Virginia woods. But somewhere in every institution built on trust, the same question waits. If the man hunting the traitor can be the traitor, how do you ever know who's really watching your back?
So I started that way because we take them things serious, right? So I look on CIA now, and I look on the things them where the JLP do. Because we know just a CIA don't come to your country and operate like this. It need people like this, like him. When betraying country, them not give him death penalty to him, you know. Yeah, him confess and take a bargain, a plea bargain. See? If you don't get death penalty, then we ain't gone home. See? Them that around people like that, you can't betray a country. And that's wrong. When you betray a country and then boast about it and talk about Michael Mann, the massive country, no, only if you go away. You know, shit, you don't ever repent. And then sit down there and say, when our government a thief. Who no juggies? Them a pedophile. You think America don't know so we're not juggies, not for one in between this so. Not for one a pedophile and do all kind of little things. They say Andrew Wallace can't certify. Eh? Let me look upon this. Let me look upon this now. While I'm there.
Fire without warning. In December 1976, 2 cars full of armed men pulled into a quiet yard on Hope Road in Kingston, Jamaica, and opened fire without warning. They shot the musician who lived there twice, once in the chest and once in the arm. They shot his wife in the head. They shot his manager 5 times. Their target survived, barely. His name was Bob Marley. And the guns those shooters carried did not come from Jamaica. They came from America. What nobody in Washington was willing to explain at the time was why the CIA had 9 active intelligence officers stationed on a Caribbean island the size of Connecticut. Why those officers were funneling cash and weapons to political gangsters in the Kingston slums, and why, within a decade, the very same gangsters would cross the Atlantic Ocean and build one of the most violent drug empires in American history. The US government spent years telling the world that Jamaica's gang problem was Jamaica's fault, that the violence was a Jamaican product, a Jamaican failure, a Jamaican shame. But the paper trail tells a completely different story. And once you see it, the official version falls apart completely. If this is your first time here, subscribe right now. We cover organized crime and the real history behind it every week. You will not find these stories told this way anywhere else. To understand what the CIA did in Jamaica, you first have to understand what Jamaica looked like in the early 1970s. Michael Manley had just been elected Prime Minister, riding a wave of genuine popular support. He was charismatic, educated, and unapologetically left-wing. He nationalized key industries. He pushed through land reform. He stood in front of crowds and called out the International Monetary Fund by name, calling it a tool of foreign exploitation.
Tell me something what man do wrong. Because that tool of foreign exploitation for true. So it might be right, but the one of these things that nationalize a backside. And I can take out a company backside because you can't have an asset like that. And then foreign company, 6 foreign company, and go that. And then you have to borrow money. They might make the money, you know. They might make spaceship, rocket, everything. Plane, warplane, everything with your material. And you must start that's slavery. Then anybody come against Michael Manley, them to charge, you know. Them are shit. Yes. Them to charge to man. Yeah, them for their prison, man. I'll give them the penalty where you give them. Them are garbage. You take our country to stop poor people to rise on a nice level. And then both take the JLP, them is shit. Yeah? Continue.
And then he traveled to Havana and shook Fidel Castro's hand and publicly called him a personal friend. In Washington, that handshake landed like a grenade. This was the height of the Cold War. America had watched Cuba fall to communism 90 miles off its southern coast. It had watched socialist movements gain.
Yeah, the communists, when the man said fall to communism, you know, Cuba make friend with over this because them after the beers have pig. Because you know them are Batista. Where them call them one good people them bad, but they have the company them they work and do everything too. Castro change up that. So you have to push him away. Hey, me could cut off this and cut off that. You can't do this. It have to stop the whole way I want people. You know, you cannot push people and say, me the giant, you know, so me I do this. It's not good. It's not good. You understand? To a smaller country and have them kind of power and will there, you trample upon them. It's wrong. It's wrong. Continue.
Ground across Latin America, Africa, and the Caribbean. And now, a democratic election had placed a Castro-aligned socialist in charge of a strategically located island sitting between the Atlantic Ocean and the Caribbean Sea, an island with ports, airstrips, and deep connections to the American coastline. From the CIA's perspective, that outcome was simply not acceptable. Something had to be done about Michael Manley. The man assigned to do it was Norman Descoteaux, the CIA's station chief in Kingston.
I want to get the name now because remember declassified documents today. So the guy who in charge of the CIA thing here when the name. See me. So these are learning challenge around here, you know. So every time them come and call man the name, him destroy uno Jamaican, uno JLP, kill the people then, shoot Bvrn Manley, burn down Eventide, and come and everything what man they do, it still stand today. What them I use. Them is shit. And them have no regards and no regrets. Who not to run them with them are shit. The whole I want them for their prison. Every single one of them. And it forget this man club, them is shit. You sell a country, who don't have no shame. Eh? And what you do is just hold back poor people and then you don't crush them same way. You think if a man did put our people and do that to it and do them just to them and send police and do them kind of thing, him not do these things. He tell about the poor and needy, don't it? Yeah? At times the people run them way and get serious, you know. So them think propaganda with them did use can work now. Me dissect, me not have no time for them a shit. Everything we want is there. You for the search it. I go to bed 5 o'clock this morning. But teach them something. Continue.
In 1977, two investigative reporters uncovered what they described as a full destabilization program that Descoteaux had been running against Manley's government. The program, as documented in journalism from that era and later confirmed by multiple CIA insiders who went on record, included covert arms shipments to Manley's political opponents, selective political violence, bombings, assassinations, bribery of public officials, and a systematic effort to foment labor unrest designed to make the Jamaican economy collapse under Manley's watch.
I mean, what wrong man they doing in the 70s, people? We live to it, you know. So a guy can go up on mic, then the liberator can come tell me something, them a shit. Because them attack the 76 and them attack the 80, right? They mean they try and make one of us scream where I live good. We don't have no whole number road. The place never dirty. I'm not going to show you, because I make it a GIS one of the boss things. Someone want to look on it. I'm going to put it up. I don't go to my bed till after 5 this morning. So you see me show late, because I get a bit of sleep back and when I look at my sister, I'll be up this time, so, you know, the program rise. So this is what them do, to stop him. All the man are saying, you know, we can't, under this, we are free nation. Them poor people have to have something, you can't work them out. Slavery, and him say it, and I mean I have to say it. Come and play man there say it more than one time. How much years, 300 years, and all we get is whip. Time for people get piece of this, piece of the land, piece of that. And I mean it, you want government to real serious. Yeah. Him for go away, man. Me no want put them, because remember them can't talk to me, you know.
According to the publication Covert Action, the CIA had 9 officers working in Jamaica at the time these events were unfolding. By 1980, that number had grown to at least 15. For context, Jamaica's entire population at the time was under 2.5 million people. The CIA was running a near wartime operation against a peaceful democratic government because that government's prime minister had shaken the wrong man's hand. The goal was simple: make daily life in Jamaica painful enough that voters would remove Manley themselves. And if that didn't work quickly enough, make things considerably worse. Subscribe if you haven't already. We put out new content on organized crime and covert operations every week. And this is just the beginning of the story. The opposition party the CIA chose to back was the Jamaica Labour Party, led by a politician named Edward Seaga. Seaga was conservative, pro-business, and firmly aligned with American interests. He was exactly the kind of leader Washington wanted in Kingston. But Seaga's power base sat in the garrison communities of West Kingston, dense and desperately poor housing projects where gang loyalty and political loyalty were the exact same thing. The most important of these communities was a place called Tivoli Gardens. And the most important man in Tivoli Gardens was a political enforcer named Lester Coke, known on the streets as Jim Brown. Coke was not a politician by any stretch. He was a gunman. He had risen through the violent hierarchy of Kingston street life by doing the work that nobody else would do: eliminating opponents, intimidating voters, protecting JLP territory with automatic weapons and absolute ruthlessness. He was Seaga's enforcer, his muscle, his guarantee that West Kingston stayed in line. And when the CIA decided that Seaga's people needed weapons to escalate their campaign against Manley's supporters, Koch's people were the ones who received those weapons. Former CIA officer Philip Agee later said it in plain language during an interview. The CIA was using the JLP as its instrument in the campaign against the Manley government. Most of the violence, he said, was coming from the JLP, and behind them was the CIA in terms of getting weapons in and getting money in. That is not a conspiracy theory. That is a CIA officer describing his own agency's policy. The weapons flowed into Tivoli Gardens and the surrounding garrison communities throughout the mid-1970s. And as they arrived, the political violence in Kingston escalated to a level the island had never experienced. The 1976 election cycle became an open war. PNP and JLP gangs fought gun battles in the streets of Kingston. Entire neighborhoods were carved into armed political territories. Civilians caught in the crossfire died with regularity. By the time Election Day arrived in December 1976, the body count from purely political violence ran into the hundreds. 2 days before Bob Marley's Smile Jamaica concert, the free peace concert Marley had agreed to play specifically to cool the violence and appeal for unity, those 2 carloads of armed men drove into his yard on Hope Road. Marley survived. His wife Rita survived despite being shot in the head. His manager Don Taylor survived after being shot 5 times at close range. Before one of the gunmen involved was later killed in a Kingston ghetto court, he reportedly admitted that the job had been carried out for the CIA, paid for in cocaine and guns. The CIA has never confirmed or denied any role in the shooting, but the timing required no explanation. Marley was publicly sympathetic to Manley. His concert would have softened the violence and improved Manley's image 12 days before the election, and someone with the means and the motive wanted that concert stopped before it could happen. Manley won the 1976 election anyway. The CIA's program continued. The weapons that had been flowing into Kingston kept doing exactly what weapons always do once they arrive somewhere. They stayed. They changed hands. They gave lasting power to men who had no intention of returning to poverty once the political season was over. This is where the story shifts from a Cold War covert operation into something the CIA could no longer contain or control. The gangsters they had armed and financed began to realize, slowly and then all at once, that they did not need their political patrons anymore. The guns had given them something more durable than political favor. They had given them territory, fear, and leverage. And with the Colombian cocaine trade expanding rapidly through the Caribbean in the late 1970s, men who already had weapons, territory, and demonstrated willingness to kill were perfectly positioned to get enormously rich. When Edward Seaga finally won the 1980 election and Manley was pushed from power, the CIA got the outcome it had been working toward for years. But the men it had armed to get there kept right on going. Lester Koch merged several Kingston crews into a single consolidated organization. He named it based on how they handled their enemies. They did not shoot once or twice. They showered targets with bullets until their weapons were empty. The shower posse was born.
Even the world where you hear the Prime Minister and the one of them the first shower, right, man, it's a power to the people. A gunshot, you know. but them use it for a slang. You know, white man don't use nigger because them know say it wrong. Them use shower for a slang to what them do. This is how them bare face and stink. The JLP have boast about shower same way, you know. Shower. Yeah? Shower you with bullet. The other day, I said something, they must say, and that mean gunshot with them big dirty thinking, said shower passing him when them shower you with bullet. Their magazine have it done. Yeah? And this is how them do. Them from them mash up Jamaica with the criminality. One time when they have it. Not like this. Drink truck could have come, beer truck, every drink truck, milk van, juice van, bread van, everything come. And they everywhere in every lane. Them change it forever. Them. I know about where I fight crime. When them bill. When them bill. Because man come to you and tell you this, you don't even do this. Jimbo, and them go shoot by Marley, you know. But I see how I send them. So when I just put both CIA, and them JLP do it. Yeah? And Bvrn Eventide, continue.
And it was born from guns that had arrived in Jamaica from America, from a program designed in Washington and executed by a CIA station chief whose name most people have still never heard. Hit subscribe right now if you want to keep following this story. We are just getting to the part where it crosses the ocean. By the mid-1980s, the Shower Posse had transformed from a Kingston street gang into a full transnational criminal organization. Vivian Blake, Coke's business partner and the operation's strategic mind, had moved to the United States years earlier, settled in Brooklyn, and spent years quietly building a network of Shower Posse cells in Miami, New York, Philadelphia, Kansas City, Chicago, and Los Angeles. The organization was by then moving hundreds of thousands of pounds of marijuana and tens of thousands of pounds of cocaine up the eastern seaboard of the United States. And they were not moving it slowly. Blake ran the American side from a comfortable suburban home in Miramar, Florida, while Posse members walked into Florida gun shops and bought weapons by the dozen, sending them back to Kingston, hidden inside U-ship barrels, the same containers Jamaican immigrants used to send diapers and clothing to their families. Drugs came north, guns went south. It was, in a grim and ironic way, the same model the CIA had pioneered a decade earlier. By 1989, federal authorities estimated that Jamaican posses as a whole controlled somewhere between 35 and 40% of the entire American crack cocaine market. Across America, federal agents attributed over 1,400 murders to the Shower Posse and its affiliated crews. The director of the ATF called them publicly the most violent organized crime group in American history. And now here is the part of the story that should stop you cold. The United States government, the same government whose intelligence agency had spent the 1970s arming Lester Coke and his enforcers in Tivoli Gardens, was now deploying its full federal law enforcement apparatus to destroy the criminal organization those weapons had built. In 1988, a federal grand jury in Miami handed down a 62-count RICO indictment against 34 Shower Posse members, including both Coke and Blake. It was presented to the public as a major victory against organized crime. Nobody mentioned Norman Descoteaux in the press releases. Nobody mentioned the covert arms shipments to West Kingston. Nobody cited Philip Agee's on-record statement about CIA involvement in Jamaican political violence. The official version of events was clean and simple. Jamaican criminals had come to America and brought their violence with them. The considerably messier
Them train them up, you know. I will matter about train up and Brigade Esther. There was no Brigade Esther. None. You understand them? If I hear Cuba tell them about Brigade Esther, I just see I go make up the name and do all that kind of little shit. This is what them do. Them at them make crime and violence. At them build crime and them kind of violence here. And them kind of little thing in a Jamaica. Them should have about. You should have a new party. And you allow them in a 2026 you still spread them propaganda. And still put up garbage. We don't know that with them. Yeah, continue.
A version in which American intelligence had spent years arming and financing the exact men who built that organization was left entirely out of the record. Lester Coke was arrested in Jamaica in 1992 and held at the General Penitentiary in Kingston while awaiting extradition to stand trial in Miami. He never made it to that courtroom. In February 1992, a fire broke out in his cell. Guards took 15 minutes to respond after the first alarm was raised. It took nearly 2 hours to get him to a hospital that was only minutes away from the prison. By then, the burns were fatal. Officials declared it an accident. Nobody in Kingston believed that. During the inquest that followed, a fellow prisoner broke down and claimed he had been pressured to cover for guards who had deliberately abandoned their posts while Coke's cell burned. The coroner returned an open verdict. The only thing anyone could say for certain was that Lester Lloyd Coke was dead. The assumption across Kingston was that people with something to lose had decided he would be far safer as a dead legend than as a living witness in an American federal courtroom. Dead men do not testify against politicians. And Coke, if he had reached Miami and decided to talk, would have had things to say about people on both sides of the Atlantic. Vivian Blake fought extradition for 4 years before being brought to Miami in 1999. He pleaded guilty, served 8 years, and was deported back to Jamaica in 2009. He died of a heart attack the following year at the University Hospital of the West Indies. He was 53 years old. Lester Coke's adopted son, Christopher, known everywhere as Dudas, had already taken over the Shower Possie years before either of them died. He ran it from Tivoli Gardens for 2 more decades, maintaining such complete control over the neighborhood that Jamaican police had to formally request permission from his organization before entering. When the US government finally demanded his extradition in 2009 on drug and weapons charges, Jamaica's Prime Minister initially refused to hand him over. The standoff lasted 9 months and ended in a military operation that killed at least 73 people and required the largest deployment of the Jamaican army in the country's entire history. When Coke was finally caught, he was disguised as a woman in a wig and sunglasses, trying to reach the American embassy to surrender on his own terms. The US government charged Christopher Coke with drug and weapons trafficking, the same categories of offense, more or less, that could have been filed against the CIA officers who first put guns into his father's hands in the Kingston slums 30 years earlier. That is the part that does not appear in the press releases. That is the part that gets dismissed as a conspiracy theory whenever someone raises it, even though multiple CIA officers went on record, even though investigative reporters documented the program as early as 1977, even though Gary Webb laid out the connections in substantial detail in his book Dark Alliance, and even though you can draw a straight line from a CIA destabilization program in 1975 to the Shower Posse, to 1,400 murders on American streets, to a military battle in West Kingston in 2010 that left dozens of civilians dead. Jamaica did not create its gun violence problem in isolation. That problem was seeded deliberately from the outside by people who believed they were containing communism and decided that the damage done to a small Caribbean island was an acceptable cost. The Jamaican people absorbed that cost for 50 years. They are still absorbing it. Jamaica's murder rate consistently ranks among the highest in the world. Kingston's garrison communities, the same neighborhoods where CIA weapons first arrived in the 1970s, remain among the most dangerous urban areas in the Western Hemisphere. Generation after generation has grown up in communities shaped by the political violence, the drug trade, and the gun culture that a foreign intelligence operation deliberately planted there. The men who made those decisions retired comfortably. The people of Tivoli Gardens did not. The guns that were meant to win a Cold War election never left Jamaica. They just changed hands. And every generation since has lived with what those hands have done. If you made it all
So I move that one, the Bob Marley, you know, and them shoot Bob Marley. Them. And I remember not just, let's talk about this. Somebody say, well, I think about the individual. No, you ask so who not play this. CIA is not an individual. Jamaica Labour Party is not an individual flex. So you're right, brother. That's an individual. It zero in upon them and show them can't tell no lie again. So hear this flex. When you deal with them show you, know, when you tell people, you know, just JLP, this show you it zero in upon CIA is a big organization, brother. So it tell you everything. So this is not about individual, brother. But you're just right. See? This will tell you how it go. And it zero in who go shoot Bob Marley too. And it shows you Seaga, it shows you them, the front line, them, with them for their prison. Them shouldn't even exist. Them should have their prison rotten. You betray the country. Yeah? And then come back with the same lie and propaganda. Oh, as a nation where, you know, we're more educated and know, well, him get them done again. You make Andrew Unis come with him bag of foolishness and garbage and put up on. So, you know, the 70s. Every time them go back to the 70s, it open every wound. Yeah. Yeah. Every wound it open back. Every time the germs them go in there. And me I go ask you again. And I show the garbage where them put up. But before that, I run to Eventide now. This is what them do again. Look here. Let me go back up. Let me go back up. Me just see it because I move the mute there. So yeah man, it's alright. Let me talk back again now. Let me show you again. So these people, on May the 20th, 1980, 153 women, many destitute, with physical disabilities were burned to death in a massive fire which destroyed the Eventide home located at Slipen Road in St. Andrew, where they resided. The early morning fire spread rapidly through the main wooden building. We want to look on the building. Yeah, look on the building now. Look here. Look here. People look on the building here. So the building itself, don't you saw a concrete up there, so wood, right? Look on exit. Look on the building them. Look on the window. Look on different doors. Just step here, son it around. Every one of them exit are black. Black. 153. Yeah? 153 them kill. The same Shabba Possie them. The same Seaga them. You understand? The same them. Yeah. See? Look on this. Them burn it flat. Look here. Look on that, people. And these are the same people them come out attack, you know, with no shame and nothing, you know. Them have Cougar, she a minister. You have Deadman a minister. You have Queenie a minister. The one of them should have their prison. Even charge. Yeah? The whole of them should have, the whole of the older man them should have their prison. The whole of them, they should have an inquiry. Yeah, and you should, the whole of the head boost, the whole of them for their prison. Every one of them should have their prison. Continue. Look on this. Oh God, man, look there. Eh? You could have an art. If you just get power, this is what you do. See, I destabilize, destabling agent, and them let go, them release it. And I like we tell upon them, you're them fool again now, one of them dogs. Some of them come and say, Michael Manley burn down. So Michael in a power. Michael I could see them not like Michael Manley. Them that try to assassinate him. So I saw no don't, you have some don't flavor right, you know. Now I'll show you one when Big Mama gonna tell him. That's a fuckery. Because it release and him read it. Yeah? Them should have Big Mama for charge of treason. Him aiding and betting this. Me no nothing with them. Me no nothing with them. Look on this. The general used to this. Oh God, man, let me continue to play this. Play it. See them grave spatter. See man there. And the one, see how come there, you know, look there. In come there to people. In come there like him has sympathy in there. See man there, look here. Look there. Anytime them talk about 70s and 80s, man, it draw me up. Yeah? See him then come there, him destroy the place. See some of the workers, them, they look there. Commander, look, this is sin. Eh? Chimalia read there. Yeah, man. Look on that, man. You will circle them, can't some of them go bury them, and look there. Oh God, man. See there? At 26 of May 80, coffin with child remain of 145 victim were interned in the mass grave at National Heroes Park. Described as one of the greatest tragedy of independence Jamaica. It happened 5 months before the bloodiest election in the country. 5 months. Remember them try to destabilize him. And then them tell like on Michael Manley. Me soon put up at the CIA where I tell you something now. Because me move this. Yeah? When me tell you to them burn it down, I know a Big Mama do. Big Mama come out. Him read the thing, you know. And him have a little dirty one at that bullshit. You know Big Mama wicked now. Let me play this. Let me play this.
I'm all right.
So you would have to take 2 pressure tablets a while ago.
Why?
When I hear you said, I hope I'm hearing right. that the Eventide fire was the act of the CIA?
Yes, there is archival material, yes, that says so, and
Jesus Christ.
that is disputed by some people, but it is part of the records. Yes.
Which man in Jamaica can dispute this? You tell me now, because me I show you team. Don't this this nastiness, you know, that disputed. We answer brother. Yeah man, me know that good man. Yes. Jane. So who can dispute it? But to some people. You know when I say PNP, hear this. Hear this.
Yes, that it was orchestrated by the CIA to increase the instability in the country.
Almighty God. You know why I'm grateful that I didn't die today, but I tell you, my pressure went up. So, what was the Somal inquiry in that? The PNP didn't have anything at all to do with it. Yes.
That is hotly contested and in dispute, sir. We don't know. The fact is, we don't know.
So this is how big dirty thinking mama lead something. So the CIA have them declassified thing. And don't say money I say my labor right. Do the PNP now have nothing to do. All the PNP CIA want to kill Mandisa. Say them drop a plane from Barbados in the 70s to some. 83 Amaris Bishop when them raid Grenada. Yeah? We see what them just happen down in a Venezuela. We see what happened right on Cuba. See? And so you can't get any dumper than this. Eh? Eh? You can't get any dumper. Hear him not contested and them don't know. Or you know then PNP work with CIA. And CIA take out the PNP. That makes it, hey, Big Mama. Me never not play nothing else. But me going to show you. Big Mama come and tell them yes, the document is there. Eh? Big Mama, him collusion with them. Big Mama are the same thing. Jane, I know those the CIA, Big Mama and collusion with them for spread propaganda. Because the facts come out and them guys, my moving man, him are germs. Him is just on germs. Yeah? Let me show you how them people are work this. I'm put up back 2 man the thing up here so. I'm put up back 270 yard. When I look a piece of shit I run out per Manley, watch it. I'm put him up. I'm put up a garbage, because, you know, this is a learning channel, you know. Yeah, I'm put up this. That I look a piece of shit I run out and call Manley name. So I'm going to teach them something. We ask us that. Learning channel, you know, we don't play around here, so. See? So the garbage I run out and call Manley name, the coffin garbage, fish, look at him stay, I call Mark Gully name now out. And I talk about this, look at the 2 shit house them. And them have got charged for treason to, you know. Them are shit. 2 of them are shit. Eh? We live through the thing and you come and put up your like you can't write and put up something and tell me we're going. You might hear that? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah man, they say, them have it. Them have it, the JLP are them. Remember it there, you know. Remember me have document, me have people who work the whole case from 82 and it documented. Me show it yesterday, me show it back. Right? Remember put up something with Monday 72. Yeah? Because the JLP then come put out something again this morning. It's a goddamn disgrace. We should have shame. So remember put up this. Remember put up this and look for something here so. So 1972 government change, education, literacy open. What 72 government change? Free education. See that? Adult literacy was 40 to 50%. See that? Free education. Introduced 73. Jamal. Introduced. Before that, in the 60s, before 72, look on these people, 40, adult literacy. Most of them, more than half of them could read and write. them changes with free education, changes with Jamal. Yeah? 73. Secondary enrollment. Look at most of who never did I go to school, right? From 76,000 to 162,000. Yeah, I know them have to fight a man that say education, right? Many students could not afford to remain in secondary school because of fees before man they come in. So when them get a little basic thing or a little early thing, them done. Them done. Secondary school enrollment, there's a move to that. Tertiary enrollment was only around 7,400. That are people with that money. That moved to 14,000 because it's free. Yeah? Tertiary education moved to 14,000. You see much? Alright. Education spending was 1.5. Education spending rose to 6.3 of the GDP. Yeah? You see much money them push up? Say I'm going to move it after. For community college, open in 1975. Education. Now I'm not sure where the JLP put up now, people. Right? So that more move to poor people and educated and build the place and do everything. Yeah. Ocean Wild attack. Them attack rubbish. Agatha, if CIA destabilize Manley and you hear them involved in an Eventide fire, or you said the PMP burn on the fire. So you know, every year some of them do them come and remember, you know, the truth comes straight. That alone critical thing I say about anything what CIA do, that mean a JLP them do it. Because CIA no literally them come in with the gun and the money and tell you and say, hey, do this. And the strategies. Them strategize. We come make the economy scream, we're gonna do this, we're gonna deal with the IMF, we're gonna do this. Trample them. We go trample poor people and take back the things them. And it please them. And farm up the world where we are going with how much our people them still are dead today. Because of them. Them do it, them destabilize, and not more control them destabilize to come back to her now. And you have to speak the truth. Right? Let me go to your so again. I'm going to teach them something. Before and after. Look on this. I don't know no compare and tell me about the 70s, brother. I don't know who not talk to, but look on this. Before and after. Let me go here, so. Alright. So before and after, let me give them a little piece of this. The 60 to 72, right? Farm under 5 acres were 78.55%. All farms, but held only 14.85 of the farm acreage. 72, project land lease begin. Look at more than 23,000 small farmers had benefit. Yeah? By 77, 73,000. 23,000 for small farmers. 23,000 benefit. Farm of 100 acre are more only 0.62 of farms. But control over, and it's sure them control. Look here. Operation go push local food production and import substitution. Jamaica food import bill rose from 41.3 million 68 to 60.2 million in US, you know, in 71. Look here. Operation Go Micro Dam program was launched to support irrigation and drought protection. That's why we have Micro Dam program, so we never have a drought problem. The AMC was expanded for farmer marketing and lower cost food distribution. That's why we're never hungry. Yeah? Domestic food production increased by an estimate 10 to 20% between 77 and 79. So although you see them fight domestic food product and we have everything increases. So we could now cook and we start to know none of them kind of look food here. Right? None. Yeah. Yeah, you understand? Turn up the wall. Okay. All right. Look here. Let me show you something again. So I'll show you what the JLP them put up. Come in one. Look here. Michael man, I'm give them so I know thing man they do, you know. I tell you I'm found the carry come. Push up this. This school children, so uniform there, them did have eye cast and everything. Yeah. Before, you know. Before. Yeah. No wickeder. Lunch, free lunch. Not now. Free education, tertiary level. Yeah? Yes. 25% drop. Them can't pay them bill. Community distribution package. Because they used to have them package, you know. Allocation to children non-existent. Reduce illiteracy across the nation. Adult literacy right now, 11%. It are more than that. No, that's a Barbados. Adult literacy is stagnant. For a decade, it's stagnant for a decade. Behind Cuba, Barbados, and Trinidad by 11%. Land ownership, land settlement, no land access program, none. Free health care, overcrowded hospital because we don't have even hospital now. And free health care name free. So the money we see what money have and what money I spend. 34 schools built are completed. Right, the man they know. GC Foster College, Community College, Health Centers, in build all of them thing there. Where them build that so? No new school built in 10 years, none. None, zero. Yeah? Housing through NHT. Turning NHT funds over to private banks. Eat what we grow. Me are tough time with that. Highest level of food import and license history. Yeah? 468 billion. Highest in food import come to that. 400 billion. Yeah? Food import are nearly 500, not far from 500 billion. Billion food import. Right? This is what we're going to know. This is what we're going to. Look at the JLP put up this. Let me show you what them put up. I'm going to ask them if them not shape. Look what them put up. Let me continue something. Because I don't know why them put up these things, because them fool, you know. Them fool. These things touch the majority of people down there. So I'm going to put up this. I'm going to show them how the 70s or the road it stay. Because I do that, I say I'm going to bed late this morning. Early this morning, 5 o'clock. After 5. Agriculture 72 to 80. Project Land Lease 73. Yeah? You see what this game for do? Take you as a small one and put in there. Operation go 73. Man, they just come in 72, you know. Yeah? Growing and reaping over wealth. Boost local food production. Reduce import. What them do? Record high in food bill. Do all of this. Right now as I speak. Every dependency on import food, and you see it when you see the bill. We do like $7 billion worth of import. Food bill around one point X amount. You see it when you work it out in a food bill, when you work it out in a Jamaican, a $400 billion. This bad. Farmer support expanded. Credit subsidized input market support and guaranteed price for selection crop. These are things that touch every man. The all farmer and the emergency production plan. Target 50,000 acres to be brought into cultivation. 50,000. We don't see that all now. Pioneer farm, cooperative venture. Put more land into production and supporting organized farming. JLP support organized crime. Over here, sir, every independent Jamaica is more exposed to global price shock and supply disruption. That's why when I'm shock way, although you might have hold back the money and thing, but tell me what, man did I tell you the backside level, we're not hungry, you know. And when we cook with food, we have banana, dumpling, dashi, we have everything in it. No people are cook flour alone. Can't buy yam, can't buy banana, can't buy no. We have every food. And by the way, we never eat food without drinks. I mean, I talk carrot juice with beetroot. I will drink sour juice. Any one of them juice, are serious. We not eat without, we have a juice. No, you just drink local water. Yeah? Food and Nutrition Policy, 78. Link agriculture, food supply, and nutrition to strengthen food security. Right? And micro dam support water storage and irrigation for farming. None of them never know this. All the farmers never hear them kind of thing you want up and ready. The Agricultural Marketing Corporation help, that are the AMC, Agricultural Marketing Corporation, AMC, farmers market and distribute products. So them never have no glut. You never hear a farmer come and say, me glut, I'm not selling this is bullshit. So you tell me a man like this, what you call him? You say socialism fail? But you put back this in them hand. Let me look out what them put out now with Andrew Honest. Loss of crop to drought, reduce supply in income for farm. This is Andrew, you know. Farmers forced to compete with import, causing glut and losses. Let me show you some glut. Let me show you a glut. Let me show you one of the glut. Let me put onion. Let me show you one of the glut then. Because when we do things, we want to say, you know. Remember our things have to stand up. Let me put up a glut. Yeah. MC them work. And we are teach them something. Let me see glut. Let me see onion. Because when we say these things, I like show. I say I go to bed around 5. All the after 5. When I look, I say 5. Because I forget my footage and I get my thing them. You know, my thing them different, you know. When I come to talk some things, I'm going to show the people them because I have it. See? That's why I wake up so late, you know, because I forget they could sleep. All right, look here, onion. Let me see if I can get onion. All right, look here. When we talk about growth, it's Andrew
In St. Thomas are urgently appealing for help. After producing a record harvest, they're finding it difficult to get enough buyers to absorb the supply. Details in this report.
There is an urgent appeal from onion farmers in St. Thomas who say thousands of pounds of onions remain in storage and in the fields without buyers. They warned that if buyers are not found soon, they could face major financial losses.
We put in a whole heap of work to make sure that the onion them come good, proper. And at ear time, when you listen to the news, you hear how much millions of dollars the government spend to import onion in our country. And now we have them millions of stay in our country so we can rotate them. We can be able to buy one vehicle, maybe we can start one look one room or something like that. And we can't find a buyer. 500 bags of onion, we have to see every single night. So Mr. Flight Green, I ask your boss, please, if you can help with solution.
Farmers say an agreement was reached with the authorities, but they are still waiting to see any progress.
One government team come out here in our day when we keep on meeting and them say the starting price of onion at 140. We agree with the 140. Them say when they take the onion, they give away. They give you 20% time money and 2 months time and pay with the rest. Everybody agree. But we don't see nobody come pick up the onion them.
The farmers warned that without swift intervention, large quantities of onions could go to waste, wiping out months of work and investment.
We spend with money. I don't know where I want to get food no money from. You understand? But me have to find my way out, brother. And it's a shameful act now for see boy so much of a farm at the round so. Yeah, and then the end of the day, I'm going to tour we alone there. That's what I'm saying. Listen to me. Yeah.
You think about that now? 500 bags of onion and it got. Where you say, brother? 500 bags of onion and it got. Yes, 500 bags of onion glut. This never happened in the 70s. Did not. But you say, brother, if you beat and I teach it to them, you know, I know your man come from this as a man there, so I know say, you can knock me up. Yes.
You see the time I hear this thing,
yes.
Believe me, it really pains my heart. Because you don't know where I come from.
Yes.
You understand? And when I touch the Eventide home thing, I have an auntie who was visiting Jamaica at the time. And you know, say my auntie, anything traumatized her, you know. That particular day, it happened like them times, but each time you play it, it reminds me like a today's time.
Yeah, man.
You understand? A lot of workers who even work at that place were so traumatized.
Yes.
Until now, some of them who still alive have recovered from that incident. Right? So it's good that you expose it because a lot of youngsters don't know that these things happen.
Yes.
Because the thing is with the Jamaica Labour Party, they continue to try to kill the narrative about the 70s. As them try to demonize the 70s.
Yes.
And them now highlight what they have done.
No.
Right?
I 70s the best time, you know. And then the 90s. Yes.
In any true democracy, brethren,
yes.
people who used to still around them out now would have been in prison.
Better them that gone any other country.
You can't pull down there somewhere for your own country, brethren.
All right, now them make the gun culture and them do it, you know. They show a possible CIA. Remember, you know, Eddie, I remember the one at the front line. I mean, here, Queen here, come on, me was one at the front line, fight! You know, the 70s, you go to prison same time. If you go to prison for him dead, at prison, if you go dead. Queenie. Burning, and the one of them for go dead at prison. Them most them to go to prison, brother. Because them too.
And that's why they couldn't allow Jim Brown to go.
Yes. The man them shoot Bob Marley, you know. And then Taylor and shoot Bob Marley, shoot Twitter too, you know. From Tivoli, you know. It's documented. Eddie, give them hard on the front line, give them, so the one of them know. Bushrock too. The one of them to go to prison. Every time they go back at the 70s, because we are showing them all the same. You know why I'm not going to bed till around 5 after 5 this morning? Because I tell them about JRS. I get the footage. Me get that. Me get a footage in the 70s. To me want them, when I play it, me want them look on the road. And me get one around 84. Where you see Eddie the road dirty, but the road not holy. So me have a play it and make them look on it.
We have better road that time.
Them time we have yes.
I was driving my youth them through Alan Bamboo.
Yes.
I'm telling you, Alan Bamboo was like a paradise.
Brother, Alan Bamboo dark.
You could shut your eye and drive through Alan
Clean
Bamboo.
and nice, but it dark, brother. It never scatter and stay like this. Yeah.
Yeah, clean, nice. You don't have no patrol.
No. It's a patrol now?
Bridget.
Then you have to be there, give a man. Oh, you stay so, brother. So, oh, you know, oh, me not get that, man. Eh? Oh, me not get that. Yes. See? You want to see, brother, the man, them not have nothing about them, you know. The man, them put up, I'm sure I put up something on the screen where them put up now. I mean, I say something, you're on the line, I say something about it.
You see the point you're making about the onion?
Yes.
This is an artificial blood, you know. Because I kill them and kill the small farmers.
I kill them and kill artificial blood.
If you remember when Manley actually tell you, say, eat what you grow.
Yes.
You remember what Seaga comment was?
Remind me again.
I tell people.
Yes.
To eat what they grow. They have the right to decide what they want.
Yeah, that's a mistake for sure. I don't think of black scandal, but hey, Seaga, be a does you know. Work with CIA, you know. Seaga. Jamaican Life put up something. Alright, look what them put up, people. Hear this, my brother, hear this now. Under the PMP, 18 and a half years. Under JLP, less than 8 and a half. Hear what them put up now? Minimum wage, people, 6,200. And it have more buying powers than 15. Look what the man have put up for 8 and a half years. Me I'm gonna show them what 18 and a half years do. Say I put up a minimum wage, you know. You no shame. Look how much look how much the item I think now. So you don't really put up minimum wage, brother. So this we could have put it for 8 and a half years. Man, they do 8. And you see where I'm putting the same housing trust for them I use. You show me a minimum wage say double. You show me say minimum wage double piece of shit. And then by the way, I don't know if you put 15,000, yes. They said minimum wage double. What minimum wage have to do with them people here? Because minimum wage now work right now. The minimum wage supposed to be like 50,000. But through the country now produce, because brother you have to come up to the value, you know. See? But you can't even give the people them that till I got damn disgrace. Disgrace. Look where he had 6,000 could have do. Look what it can do now. Okay, unemployment, them say 13, the I. Unemployment at 14%, brother. You have over 700,000 people not working. You go look for starting. This is an artificial rate because how much factory bill for taking these people? And by the way, people are shut down. So you can't be opposed for unemployment. Pan a bogus data, brother. Hear what them say again, yes or no? Jamaica excessively burdened with taxes. Which part the taxes burn Jamaica and put on more taxes? No new tax for yet. You fucking asshead. When one is your screaming put on new taxes. We are right to say garbage again. Me show them the paper from 16 and 17, you know. Eh? And them still put no new tax, fucking asshead. So how you get a budget, a 1.3 trillion piece of shit? Eh?
The man them leg up with the police for him.
Brother, them, no, but look at them food. Here, what them say now, I'm going to ask them something. Only 500 duty free. Let me ask you something. Majority of Jamaican travel, brother. Because when Mark Wallen tell him move the duty free right now, them are charge of everything. So so Andrew, let me ask you something. We could have put majority of one in a get out in a storm on a travel. The duty free come after uno. Uno travel, majority of one travel. Because majority of one never passbook. So this time nothing to do in a duty free. Yeah? So when you put up the duty free, you put up say this is accomplishment. Say you move it from $500 to $1,000. It's a piece of shit. They would have put on this makes sense. That this is an accomplishment of duty free. You move it where market just said to move to 1,000. And you move it not 1,000, from to $100, 100. Not 1,000, 1,000 are good. From $50 to $1,000, $50 duty free. To $100, and this is an accomplishment. You know shame. Brother, you believe so you put up this them accomplishment, brother?
The country not producing nothing at all, you know.
You can't believe this $100 from $50. Marcus said put it to 100. And you put it to 100 and say this is accomplishment. Automatically you put it up. 100.
Yeah, man, rubbish.
And this is a big accomplishment. So you know, not you don't put no school here, not this is how you put up yourself. Duty free $100. When you look at the economy where it's gone, it should have there $200. And this you put up says accomplishment.
You know so the Haitian dollar is stronger than ours.
Me know, man. Me know.
To the US dollar.
Of course. I'm going to show you how them thinking, brother. Look at Andrew accomplishment. Eh? Trillions of dollars later. Andrew accomplishment are duty free people. And I give a bogus water and tell about 8 no new taxes, which are lie. Even Flavor go put up the new taxes, the taxes that are there. I show you from 2016, 17, 18. I show you when I win them tax. She put it up in the house. When they just lie and wicked, you know. See? Unemployment, this is a bullshit. More than 700 people not working. Google it and look. Them call it underemployment. Yeah? You understand? I said the people them now look at job a lie. The people them have a family, they must look job. There is none. See? Alright, look here again. If employer earning above 500,000 per year had to pay income tax. Them gone back in 18 years, you know. Look at now, people. Remember everything gone up. Look at now. Today, only employers earning 7.8 million for pay tax. So what this do? Most of the people, them naturally never did work this money. And they pay that for raise over the time. Eh? You don't know? They put GCT, you know, 16.5. Look at how I put up. Yeah, hey, let me tell you something. If we don't done something more, I don't know, cannot know you're not pleasing to know poor people. Nothing. If GCT are 16.5 when things cheaper, no, even if you are 50, let me tell you something. If back in the days, me buy something for a party. I may buy something for say, yeah, like a party or something. And it have GCT on it. But a $5 from a party and a 16.5%, what am I pay? To a party of value $400 now, I pay GCT on it, even 15%. What I pay? Enough money. If me have something what me I buy, say $500, say $100. No. I may pay 15%. I $500. The thing gone for $500 no, we know. The thing what me used to pay for $100, brother. So me pay $116.50 feet, right? But now the thing gone, because it gone up 5-4. It gone to $500. And a 15% GCT. Remember me I pay $500 for the thing already, you know. $400 more for the thing already. The same thing when me used to get for $100 in a brother. Back in 18.5 years. Me I pay $400 for it. More. Plus GCT. Plus 75. So I pay $575. You know how much money that I pay for it? More? $400 more that I pay. For the same thing what me used to get. For $416.50, I get it for $575 now. So where you put up this for? That makes sense? You show them food. Alright, for example, sugar for how much? For $70. How much is sugar now? $270. How much is bread? You might have GCT on it, but I'm going to show you all the thing going up. How much is bread, brother? What, $250? No, if you go back in 18.5 years, it's cheaper than that.
Because if me buy
how much you bread now?
If me buy a pot me $400, you know.
Yes.
At $66 me have to pay for that.
Then that may I show you, brother. So that makes sense to you now, brother. Eh? That make any sense? 700 for your bread. 18.5, looking at the 90s, how much you have a loaf of bread. Put it up for me. Because them say 18.5 years and not completed. Don't put up a bread. You fucking ass. So this is an accomplishment. This is a bogus accomplishment. And no, there's nothing to accomplish here. Let me show you what the 18.5 years do. Because them not have no say. They want no shame. So when I really put up this and say this accomplishment, small business have to pay tax. You know, zero abolish. Look what I put. This don't make no sense, brother. Today, small business are allowed to earn 10 million, for the year before paying GCT. This to make one put up here, so. Small business earn as 3 million for the year to pay GCT. Look here. This is garbage you not put. Any business in Jamaica, any business, but small business and GCT, for you charge GCT to pay over. Whether you're small, this is garbage again. Them know the fuck them are right now. Small business that for earn that and that and that. You are doing your business and I earn million. Remember not GCT and your money. You charge that and it over to the government.
I'm not government money.
But no matter about you like, oh, my business, so I'm not pay. Small business, that, come on now. If you talk like I look about that, come on. I'm not charge any business who charge GCT. But you talk about small business if you earn this and this is bullshit. Because as long as you start pay GCT for something you earn it over, you don't take it like Big Mama. This is garbage. Let me show them 18.5 years. I'm not telling you how big garbage man them put up better. Then that accomplishment for Andrew. I don't see nothing in there for poor people. Let me look for 18.5 years. I will put up that. There anybody that really see that I put up something like this? That's an embarrassment, man.
That is when I run out of idea, brother. Run out of idea.
Then you don't really put up that, brother? Who would have put up that?
Desperation. Desperation.
So who would have really put up that? Who would have really put up that, brother?
All because of desperation, brother.
Remember put up 18.5 years of parties for them. Yes. I think that this one wants. Oh, I'm going to take off something that's so full. When I show them what I want to see, hey, them fool, you know, brother. Them are garbage, you know. Anthony, them are garbage. Me can't believe so the man them so fool. Number one, brother, when them put up, boy, I want them as, boy, I mean, them done. Number one, every time them go back to the 70s, it grieve a lot of people heart. And it's good enough because we can teach the people them about the 70s or the man them wicked. Watch this.
We know that there is a generation of Jamaicans who were not born in the 1970s. And they have no clue as to how the other party destroyed Jamaica. They have no clue.
So look, you shouldn't be fierce. Now, at the Jlp destroy Jamaica, the man destroy Jamaica, people stand firm. Work with CIA and kill so much of our people. 889 the first massacre. Big massacre. Well, them killed the people in my Eventide when they shoot by man in 76. Jlp do it. You don't just say CIA do it when a Jlp pull the trigger. Them do it. The hierarchy on the front, them should get locked up. Every time I mention in the 70s, and you see the progress we make, for stand on our feet, non-aligned movements. If you hold them accountable more. And this is what him do. Shoot himself in the foot. Because every time him draw back for the 70s, it reminds so much people who are pass it on to them generation, say you don't know. We know. We live through it. Your piece of shit, you. You might go like the one we did off. Yeah? Continue. Yeah, understand, brother? Because you have 18 and a half years, them put up the liberal thing, they want to make no sense. May I show them something?
There is a generation born in the 90s and the early 2000s. They have no clue as to how the 18 and a half years of the PNP destroyed Jamaica.
Look on the 18 and a half years when I live off the park, the one of the thing. Look on this. Even the highway, where it's finished, where my blueprint do. It's stupid bad enough. Even though they not like this, you know. They might go around and put some credit and put out one. Say the thing move from $50 to $100 and put it up. Wait, have to move. Mark go and say move it to $100. You move it and put it up and say your achievement that in a 8 and a half. You fucking ass said. You put up fast bogus thing when most of Jamaica not working, them a take hand out. And I show about this and that. These are bogus shit. We in a recession now. Lies now work. Me show a statistic because I show it around here. Continue.
Interesting statement, Prime Minister. Let's look at some of the destruction you said the PNP caused, and let's see if Jamaica would be better off without it. The Rural Agricultural Development Authority, RADA 1990, committed to promoting the development of agriculture in Jamaica to enhance the national economy and improve the quality of life of rural farm families. That's gone.
So that dry green know where how much $1 billion we don't know where it's spent. Now rather this. Rather this when I say fried green, I use that do all kind of things, I run up and down and do all kind of shit. Eh? And I try this try. Now rather, Manley build this 1990. Michael Manley. They have to use the thing that Manley do, you know. Continue. I'm practicing.
The Office of the Utilities Regulation, OUR, 1997, was established to regulate the operations of utility companies in Jamaica. That's gone too! The Jamaica Urban Transit Company, 1998, revolutionized the public transport service within the Kingston Metropolitan Transport Region, Spanish Town, and Portmore. There goes a main part of Jamaica's transport system. But wait, what about Jamaica's first state-of-the-art transport hub for the corporate area, the Halfway Tree Transport Center, that opened in 2008? Are you seeing a trend here? The regulation of the telecoms industry. In 1999, there was only 5% mobile phone subscribers, totaling 120,000 people. This change broke the monopoly, brought new players to the market, introduced prepaid service, lower prices for handsets, and by 2007, there was 100% penetration. That would be simply no more.
So even the phone with them I use and run up and down now, a party 18 and a half years to it. And even the use car association where you hear the man that talk about him getting about him was a president, for them come in with that a party do it too. The same used car. We got different, I'm not carrying brand new car where you couldn't afford. Patterson do that thing too. Yes. Continue. So even this on the highway and the thing will open the whole place of Patterson. But him said them this try.
The Highway 2000 was initialized to connect to Jamaica via a comprehensive highway system, upgrade Jamaica's infrastructure, provide economic opportunities for growth, and create jobs for the hundreds of thousands of Jamaicans that rely on these highways. Can you imagine life without them? The PATH program 2001, allocated through the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, the Program of Advance Through Health and Education PATH is a conditional cash transfer CCT program aimed at delivering benefits to the most needy and vulnerable in society. Say goodbye to that as well. The National Environment and Planning Agency, NEPA, 2001. That was created to promote sustainable development by ensuring protection of the environment and orderly development in Jamaica. Without it, our watersheds, mangroves, and areas like our cockpit country would all be without protection. That's gone too. The Emancipation Park, 2002. This lush 7-acre landscape was created to be a reminder of Jamaica's emancipation, freedom from bondage, and a reminder to excel, a green space in the city that, yep, you guessed it, you have to say goodbye to this beautiful oasis. The National Health Fund, 2003. This fund helps improve patient experiences, prescription services, and access to medicine in Jamaica, as well as inpatient and outpatient pharmacy services for the public health sector, infrastructure development, and much more. You guessed it, that would be gone as well.
Let me say something now. When the PMP does something, it benefits for all. The health fund, your mother, your granny are use sick or something. Them I use right now. The part that are for the whole of the kids, them are who have to go up on part and them have certain things and what, and it do a lot more things. Part. See? The health fund, the road, where the whole I wanna use. The schools. Not something for sure they say, oh, we move it from $50 to $100. How much of them fly out and go foreign to go buy things and things? How much of them? Majority of poor people never fly yet. Them don't have a passport, majority. You have 2.8 million people. I go like 3 million. Most of them not fly, never fly yet. Now they know how. Nobody watch who live foreign. Yeah? So when you get up with those stop put foolishness. The telephone, the communication, that alone, everyone want to use it. Break the monopoly. So PNP do things to the world owner. The housing trust, there's so much I want to benefit of that right across the free. The one of them thing that status. Where your father dead left something and what have you, and even if you're born outside, you have the same equal amount of things to deal with. See, them can't treat you as no bastard again. Maternity leave. Them can't fire you, a woman pregnant and that go right across the board for decades. Housing trust a balance and you own this budget now. The two things them the court against. Remember Seaga, remember the Jlp shoot Bob Marley, Rita Marley and Dan Taylor. Remember the Jlp burnt down Eventide home. CIA influence and carry them gun, but remember them do it. They are asking for go to prison. Just remember, just remind on this. So me just the CIA, who know what pull the trigger me talk about. Yeah, just to get power and nearly assassinate Michael Manley. And try infiltrate the whole system to overthrow our government to not shit. Yes? Teach you that again. Watch out.
Without the major upgrades to Sabina Park in 2005 and the creation of the Trelawney Multi-Purpose Stadium in 2007 and the Montego Bay Sports Complex, otherwise known as the Catherine Hall Sports Complex, in 2010. Tourism Enhancement Fund, 2005. That was established to lead tourism innovation in the areas of infrastructural and sustainable projects, human capital development, and tourism linkages. gone with the wind. While we're on the topic of tourism, say adios to all the fancy Spanish hotels that bring in so many of our tourists and provide jobs. Thanks to the Master Plan for Sustainable Tourism Development in 2002. And the Falmouth Cruise Shipping Pier that began development in 2009 and brought a record number of tourists to Jamaica. Say later to that as well. Let it not be forgotten that in those 18 years, education was a major priority. As a result, 64 schools were built and refurbished, including 70 new basic, primary and high schools in Western Jamaica between 2004 and 2005, as well as Greater Portmore High School in 1995, Ascot 1997 and Cumberland 2000. Disappear. Now I don't know about you, but it looks like the PNP spent 18 years laying a good foundation that Jamaica, including the current government, is benefiting from.
By the way, if you're watching this using a community hotspot or broadband, you can thank the PNP and the establishment of the Universal Access Fund that later developed into the Universal Service Fund, which provides free community Wi-Fi and hotspots island-wide.
So with a guy like this, you know, you can't trust them, you know, my brother. Because when them come and spread them lies like this, I like Andrew Onis from just play. Yeah? They call him from just play, brother.
Yeah, man.
You see the lies them when him tell, it's unforgivable. But I say the Kawhi. Yeah? Appreciate this.
It's deliberate in a way.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have anything to show, you know, you have to continue telling the lie until it becomes true. Even if he says it comes, it's true.
Yeah, that's it, man. The lies. That's our facts checking, brother. Because you couldn't go to Manley, but do so much, and then your government, you know, your JLP party, shoot bad man. The people that for thinking, remember them trim rasta to, you know. Or if you make a guy come and tell lie and think, and the lie piece of shit ever created, you know, or ever born to a woman, you know. He might lie this piece of shit, you know. And you own this, you know. Yes? But if you think you're going to get away, yeah, people like me when I try to get away better. Tell me, no, man.
Yeah. Eh? And you have to give thanks to man like you, know, because guess what I'm not. Jamaican history. The history of Jamaica, you know.
Yes.
It's never easily found in Jamaica, you know.
Ah.
The documentation is there.
No, it's there because them ask about me, you know, if you go for them and get them. So me. No, me access them, you know. You remember me there everywhere. Yeah. Yeah, you remember me there everywhere, you know, so me good.
But you know, easily hard in school.
No, and them things say them that hide when I Jamaica. I don't want nothing to Jamaica. So that's access things different.
That's why they target the youngsters because they figure more or less
no, him never know. So I have them as but no, but I tell you him never know. I mean I say it again to you, brother. Him never know you have people like me who do facts checking and depend on the business long time and no media. Him think so everybody just come up like a black and just start a bullshit. So yeah, yes.
You live through the times, you know.
Me live through it too. So them can't trick me. So you know, me live through it. And then when them come up with the lies though, him don't know so with a facts check him too. And have the documentation feed the receipt. Because when they think, you know, if me are the Prime Minister, me tell the lie. And even them say, so people not gonna believe them, not gonna believe me because me are the Prime Minister. No. You say 1 room and 2 room and I show them how you lie. Convenient speaker. You tell a lie right now, him do him certified. Not a female, never true yet. Yeah, and when him spin himself in a web like a fucking spider. Him stupid. You understand? Truth come straight, lie go all over the place. So me know if we catch him. Me hear what Simon has said on this, brother. Me hear what Simon has said on this.
You grew up in the 70s, you grew up with the administration of Michael Manley and the whole program of democratic socialism. Well, the People's National Party President Mark Golding, according to the Gleaner, and I'm quoting directly here, has embraced democratic socialism, the political philosophy championed by the former PNP leader Michael Manley, in the 1970s, declaring that changing times are creating renewed interest in the ideology. Golding, addressing the PNP Greendale Divisional Conference on Thursday night, said the philosophy was gaining traction.
My youth, me I tell you, stop come over here. He's a raper, you know. He's a fucking raper, you know. Man, go chuck up in a big dirty thinking woman and dirty young drunker. Me not tell you, no come over here. You forgot prison, you know. You are one of the liar that piece of shit on the earth. Go chuck in your big dirty thinking woman and stop rape, look up it, ne. Stop rape, look up it, ne. Germs, me not tell you, me put you up. Before me ban you, because you have germs. Me put you up that you can't see a little dirty thinking self. You, remember put up who we are chat to, where you there? Let me just put you up. Because you have big dirty thinking germs. Long time I want to put you up, you know. A long time I look for you. See ya? Are you this? Do this? Germs like you. Let me tell you this. Let me ban you now. Before I ban you. Germs like you must not come around here. These are the little people them where you rape you out of their prison. You forgot prison. You're a piece of shit. Get off here. And remember, you're a criminal. You're a druggist too, you know. Well, America, if you know, you sell the most coke. You sell the coke and go to England, you know. The man them tell me to, you know. Yes. So you know you're a druggist too. And you're a criminal. You understand? Me no want a criminal over here. Come off. Big dirty thinking Chris Porter. He's a piece of shit. He's a raper. Get off here. He's a germs. Move! Fucking punk. See me, that piece of germ. Don't come on here, sir. Me and you know quabs and size. Drop where you want, drop all me say you for go to prison. Yeah? Now what me I tell you, go to prison. You piece of fucking shit, yo. Move! Yeah, man. Yeah, me never put it, you know. This piece of fucking germs. Yes. Go to prison. Use the germs. But drop video. You know somebody now, hey, go man. I'll be a fake news in post, man. Everything. And a raper, you know. A pedophile. He's a pedophile. Everything when and him father a raper too, you know. The man them tell him father a pedophile too. And him mother a whore. Fucking punk. And it's a man thing, you know. Happy and can them take. And then we have to compete with them. It's a pedophile and it's a man thing. You go away, man. It's a fucking man thing. He's a goddamn embarrassment. And when him dead about the JW crew, him a one of the biggest one. Him a be a rainbow with him. Fucking punk. Eh? Guys used to want him every day. Guys, you nasty piece of underprivileged fucking piece of shit. Guys want him every day. Go away, man. Fucking punk. Don't come on here. Everything when put up about people and things are garbage. Underprivileged piece of shit. Yeah? Go away, man. You must want him to last shoot him for them fuckery. I hide him, you know. You must come him rape the boy too, you know. I know my say them to listen. Him rape the company. The auntie put him up. Not my, I know my say. Him rape the boy, I show them youth them now. Yeah, because them big now. He's a raper, he's a pedophile. I know me not like pedophile. He's a pedophile and the world know. Not like him and Jones. Yes. Angela, yes. But him and the like category same way. Be like put up on people. Yeah? This is the same little piece of shit same as to people about me in England. Whenever they are in England. Yeah? Be a rumor, you know. He may just sketch and just build a story around you and things say it's not going away. Nobody don't like you, man. Them want to catch you. Them want to hold you. Yeah, man. Go away, man. You're a germs. Yeah? Rape the little boy. The little boy, them and rape the little girl, them. Eh? And then say like people that tell them with the little dirty thinking. We're not by your big dirty thinking, worrying woman. You're a piece of shit, you. We want to see in a real life, you know, because remember you couldn't be my neighbor neither, you know. Because what you do to some of the youth, the man him sell coke, him sell a coke and sell it. The man them tell me, you know, yeah, people that go on phone tell me, say him come up there, them meet him. Yeah? Him that work with phone, you know. The man shit. Yeah? The man them tell me. Man, I interview a lot of people. So when him do, him say like what Andrew them do, put out false things All the while. But you put out fasting and get all people that chat some fuckery. Eh? That not joke. You think you can put up something that not joke me? Eh? Let me tell you where that joke me. If you come front of me, I dent you. Let me tell you up here, me dent you. Cause you're shit. Yes. You're garbage. Remember, I'm not like pedophile if you get dent. Yeah, if you come front of me, you come for rob me or something. Or you take me for one of the victims then. So I have to dent you, I have to defend myself. Yes, stand your ground. Cause it's a raper, you know. A pedophile. Yes. So you can't confront me up front now. My grandkids, them are nothing, because we not trust you. We have to dent you because you're a pedophile. Yes. Yeah, man. Everything we put out, man. Yeah. No, him do it all. Listen, them not, you don't have to tell them that. My thing them documented. He fool your fuck. He fool your fuck. You think you could have put up something with me and then people run with it? Them are run your way. Yeah. Yeah. No, man, I give him a stand your ground. If him come from the last time him says him I sue me and I wait to get him address, you know. Him so quick me swarm him. Him a shit. Yeah? Go away, man. Stop. You must take up and rape. You know what you could pick him rape. It's unbelievable. You know what you could girl him rape? And a one, you know? And a two. He's a pedophile underage. Go away, man. And his father, the man, they want to grow up with one. Them say him had the same thing. His father. And him big dirty thing, you know, him mama. You see, him can't have nothing around him. Yeah, man, it's a man thing. And then I be an and then sit down and ride all day long. Can that do it for him in the police force? Him in the police. You look at your big and old and dirty and think and tough. Look upon your man. He's a man thing. Go away. Piece of shit. Yes. Go away, man. Fucking joint. Remember go and play this. Yeah.
Even in the United States, where he argued that there was growing recognition of the need for government to put people's interests ahead of those of powerful individuals and groups. And I quote him here, he says, things and times are changing because we need government that looks after the interests of the people. He questioned who would have imagined that the democratic socialism would be adopted in the U.S. The people see that there's a need for government to look after the interests of the people because the world has a lot of power vested in people who are only looking out for themselves and those who support them, he continued. He invoked the legacy of Manley, whom he described as a hero, praising the former Prime Minister for the work he did to transform Jamaica's social fabric. He said the PNP under his leadership would build on Manley's legacy while pursuing an economic model centered on ordinary Jamaicans. So, that, as you can imagine, given the ideological difference that took place in the 70s between the PNP and the JLP supporting a more capitalist approach to developing the country, and Michael Manley introducing what was then called democratic socialism. The principle being that there were socialist policies while maintaining a democratic society. So there, you know, if you speak to some members of the PNP at that time, whilst Manley was championing that social change that had to take place. And in Seaga, if you read Seaga's book, the leader of the opposition at the time, they had similar recognition that the social fabric of Jamaica needed to change. It's just that they had different ways of achieving that. Anyway, as you will all have been aware, Michael Manley saw himself and was anointed by others as the spokesman of the third world, and he aligned himself with the likes of Cuba, Ortega in Nicaragua, Bishop in Grenada, and others who were left of center and certainly would be described as left-wing. That prompted, as you will know, a response from the United States, which I'll get into in just a minute. Anyway, so while Mark Golding made those comments, there was a report in the Observer now where the government senator, Abka Fitzhenley, who is a state minister, former parliamentary secretary, criticized Golding's support for democratic socialism, warning that Jamaica cannot afford a return to what he described as the economic hardships of the 1970s. Fitzhenley, who was born in 1989, and he chairs the Jamaica Labour Party Communication Task Force, responded to those comments. And he went on to say that Jamaicans should remember the economic challenges of that period, arguing that the policies associated with democratic socialists led to economic decline, capital flight, shortages, currency depreciation, and rising living costs. No doubt about that. He says, those of us who recall our history should remind the current generation that during the 1970s, the PNP's embrace of democratic socialist experiment, which Mark Golding alluded to, led to severe economic decline, massive capital flight, severe food shortages, a major plunge in the Jamaican dollar, and a massive increase in the cost of living by hundreds of percent. And I've always found it, and I've argued, being a great supporter and follower of Michael Manley and his rhetoric of the time, because it was unprecedented for a youngster like myself to hear A, somebody as articulate as Michael Manley, but B, referring to a number of the social issues that you could see affecting the country. When you speak to the two sides, you have those who would benefit from those social policies, the largely black population that was significantly disenfranchised from the best schools, universities, etc., medical, health, you name it. And they eventually benefited from things like free education, healthcare, and so on. And then you listen to the other side. That's the side that a lot of people who fled the country on the 5 flights to Miami, who had something to lose, i.e. good jobs, good housing, cars, etc. And you get the two sides of the argument.
Yeah? The big boy, them never want to give nobody nothing there. Nothing! So everybody will come out and talk bullshit. Right now, them a benefit from a Monday. Leave this up. Monday never tell you about them where he might tell you feel self. Yes. Yes, brother. Yes, sir.
Come on.
Yeah. So when Simon I tell you say, you know, one who benefit from the free education, free this and that, him right. Michael Manley never upstory America. America want upstory themselves and come with lies and bullshit. Yeah, I'm going to destroy Monday. Yeah, another say Castro alone about for the backside too. Yeah. Him born 89, he just come like with the son, you know. Him born 89. When him come and attack a bullshit, him live through this?
Him not understand this thing.
No, him come and attack something we never even live through. It's same as germs. You born 89. But you come and run off your mouth and attack bullshit. You have to go away. You understand? Go away.
That's the thing, brethren.
Yes.
People them come
Look who come and attack a bag of fuckery. Him. Yeah, him for go, man. Anybody will support Jamaica Labour Party, me say them one of them, the Iraqi them to get locked up. And by the way, I look at that thinking rape I wanted to. Enough people pick name rape. Him to go to prison for it.
Why you not joke to pick him up fast when he come on?
No, I didn't go and pick him up, man. That's a piece of shit, brother. I don't put them, man. Him to go to prison, you know. Oh, well, man, send my prison, you know. Remember, him come out and tell lie for me, you know. So everything when put out, when him just come get some people and put out some job. That not hurt me. When you put out to hurt me, me and see you. A prison go and send you a dent you. When you come out and make see and make come eat. It's a piece of germs. Oh, well, man, dent you. No, I can't see me now when I'm right. I say, you know, run up and at him right, I see me. Remember, I don't want nobody think me anymore. Remember, I pee and I can't I'm sitting on panto, you know. Remember, film girl, I can't fertilize. So, but I not business about that. But me business about how you go rape the little girls and little boys, them know pedophile thing. 100% off him is a piece of shit.
You can't keep those around here, man.
No, we don't want him right him up on here, so I'm a pedophile. That can't, him a big dirty thinking pedophile. The auntie come right, me talk to the cousin, the auntie, me talk to other people when rape.
We don't keep those guys.
Pedophile. Me talk to other people, interview other man where say him sell drugs and carry. Him sell drugs. Yeah. Him do cocaine too. He's a piece of shit. And I talk to police, I tell them say yes. Him and guards did there, guards go want him. Him carry guards and guards, I want him maybe yes. See? So it's a piece of shit. It's a man thing. And he loves the PNP, LG, him have the biggest rainbow wrap around him. Him is a piece of shit. Him to go away. Him a garbage. It's like if you put up something like, you know, it's a big challenge there. You look, I people are around you and crush you, you're shit. Like people are run behind you and they might listen to you and run out. You can't say anything about me, brother. You're shit. When me talk about you too.
From the moment the team
yeah.
push up with umbrella.
Yeah, man. No, man, it's my germs, man. I like when you say something about me. Remember music, but I like when you say things come on and clap you, you know. So I like when you say things about me for clap you. When you jump in on my way, me clap you because you're shit. Remember that kid when you say it no move as strong as you from me, you know. But you more you can't say. Yeah, you walk and tell me I have a black all gun for brown and flash what I even chat to. I be a fuck him right. You fool your fuck. Remember me not take talk from the guy. You ask him and me talk more than one time here. You come from East me dent you a long time because you couldn't give me chat. And call a youth named Lena ask me and I say no man, them man they grew up different. When you look at that police shoot me know him before you know, call the youth to ask him about me. When they want the youth to tell a lie about me. And good thing him can't tell you say, hey, the man they are serious, man, they dent you. And him never have dent you, just walk where you get dent. Yeah, shit. Go away.
You know, those say East part of Stop Crush and they don't do anything.
Brother, you don't care what you do, man. Him not gonna know, man. Him, but obsessed with them big dirty thinking, papa. And go take them one another, the two of them are shit. When you ready to jump over with them big dirty word, mama walk and say a big dirty thinking in front. You jump up and I go like people and talk about my father. You know my father, you know about my father. Eh? I'm feeling father a pedophile too, you know. This big old dirty, you know, so look big and nasty and look on the piece of shit. I'm gonna put him up back. Eh? I'm gonna put you up back. When I'm preferred, you know. See me? See nastiness here. See him there? A child molester. Yeah man, young drunko. Child molester. See me take something on a pink bicycle there. Yeah man, that piece of look at him. Nasty looking piece of shit. You look, you gotta take up on a when I'm doing them live, go get two little people and chat and them say, yes, this and that. What you can't say about me? You can't say the earth and the moon, it have nothing to do with me. Nothing. Nothing. But you know you're the A1. When you're out a big dirty thinking over in Mumaya, man. You're a piece of garbage, yo. I'm gonna get a life. And stop going upon anaconda. We want to send you in prison for the little people. Them I just stop my one do. We not busy about the anaconda them. But you see the little people them and they court them for lock him up for the cocaine. Yeah, a juggies too, you know. A big dirty juggies. Yeah man, criminal man. Top criminal too. See? Yeah?
Catch up with it.
Yes. A top criminal. Yes. You bring you obsessed. Yeah. Obsessed with who? Not with me. Because me not my friend from him. Him a shit. Him a the biggest place. Him a germs. Yes.
The Agricultural Market Corporation. Just imagine if we have that now running.
He's a good man. Yeah.
The country well. Alright, if you remember, I know. When Manley did it, they zone up the areas, you know. And every area plant in different thing.
Yes.
In a Manchester, usually get the good onion, Irish potato, pumpkin.
Yeah.
All the area. In a St. Louis, where you have carrot.
Yes.
They have the various seasoning there. And also every parish, St. Anne usually do well too.
Yes.
Westmoreland usually do well. Out of East Portland and also blowing them up. And then a lot of people see the place out of 3 miles or so.
MC.
And they know them know.
Oh, okay.
So every farmers was guaranteed with a sale.
Of course, we have MC and Rockford.
From them produce the product, you know. And truck come, AMC truck coming up.
Yeah, man.
And collect, we have the product, collect it. And then the farmers them just go collect them check.
Yeah.
Right? So people who usually have become a country for curry, come buy goods. They don't have to do that.
No, because we get fresh produce right on our commission road there, so. Right side of way, we have MC.
Them just order.
Yes.
And they just carry.
We never short of food, brother. We never short of food.
So the export. So just imagine if we have something like that now.
But the best way, alright. So what I say to you, you see in the world where uncertain, and you have land and you have water, but people them should not hungry, that's number one.
No.
So, you know, food, you can't make the land barren, you have to make, and food can't glut. What if it's cut down a build if you want to really build the money and then they do like come and do.
You have to put in the proper storage, so if you have surplus.
But back in the days, everything not nice for you neither. No. A man they never have a million storage because the thing they move fast, you know, you eat.
The thing they move fast.
They move from the field to reach yes and reach yes and they move.
When not export,
yes.
It consume locally.
Yes. So it could have moved like this. And don't see probably will say when we get it. No man, remember saying Billy Moon fake story and all kind of things, you know. Everybody know him. So you say me and me take all Bank of Jamaica and go rabbit and do all kind of thing. Because that thing do you know every day. He come up with something else. And so when I even make no sense, him fool you fucking don't. I will know say him to go to prison for the month and I'm 1 and 2 rape. He's a raper. He's a pedophile too, you know. Pedophile. And he's a man thing. So I just that we want him to go to prison for them there. Me threaten me about last week. You know say I know him can't move a muscle. He's a I'm a joggist. Remember look at Peter when name away more me never go. It's a man thing. Yeah. Young John Crow. It's a man thing. It's a germs. Yes. It's a joggist man. Your man sell cocaine to man. Swallow it too. Sell shit. Yes. So we know when put it not bother me. You could have put out one, that not bother me. Remember me slap him back because remember say I be him rape. You notice him have to hide. The police them tell about him. Even the police them want him. The amount of rape. Use police, I use government and him can't do it again because I'm not more police. I'm a joggist too. Yeah man. Swallow shit and go shit it out and get it sell. That piece of shit. It's a germs. Yeah. But me see me tolerant with pedophile and better. So when me see him, it get my blood boil. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yes. So in the germs go get put up something and people them running with it, you know. Cause remember, you know, you have people number by the millions. When you put up some things with me, people are saying them when you put up this. You're drunk, come on. Go ahead, man.
I feel.
Say nobody me in an attack, so he could have put up a million things. A big challenge me have. That no make him still no raper. No, him could have put up a million lies. That not bother me. You put it up and me a conk him same way. Yes. You must be bring up your height from. So you could have lived that you can't travel and you nobody can show your eye. That for sure is a be a fuck him though. You have your eye your vice. Me do up here to show myself. Him big and dirty and stink. He's a piece of shit. But garbage. Anybody, hey, me say not style him already, you know. Me call one of my brethren and him call him and style. He never know say me. And one man a fuck you him attack. Me can't give him a news man and make him go put it out man and when him done man, I flap him. Because I promise to do all these things. Me style him already, never know say me style him. Hey, him don't know me, you know. Me say him a punk. Yeah, me style him already, man. Yeah, me style him already, man. I beat him, my idiot. And me style him again for as long as him have a number. Make a look how woman call him and give him something that I'm going to put it out. Because make sure him love fast jacket. Make some other man call him or a pastor call him and just give him something and say, yeah man, the one loan some. Can't love for me here, the name him love. He love jump up, you know. So me will style him, I'll style him again, man. Me style him already, me style him again. Yes. When me ready, me style him. Because him not have no sense. And the biggest fool that they on social media. I remember I'm a pedophile. You put a million things in your mind, you're a pedophile. Go away. You're a piece of shit. Me style him already. And I will style him again. Yeah, when me ready, me style him, make it cool out and me say and style him. Can't take Carlin and Fred. You know, see Fred tell like Everton blade that man. And Spagabell. Everything we put out a big garbage. Him sit down there say think real people are giving real information. You know people like it. You could have raped so much girls and boys. And people like you. Him have much enemy, him much police are enemy. Him have germs. And him put the same thing. Him have germs. Him have look well, him now get it thrown us, so I'm gonna call it a young drunk we call it. Let me look on this, so I have to look on this. See me time around, let me look on let me look at the 70s, let me look on a road there. Right in. I mean stop there. So me just show you the bus stop, me stop, me start it back. Look on the road back in the 70s. Look here. Look on the bus stop here. Boy, when me look on this here, I say look how them time again, brother. People are there fighting and live through it. See the bus stop the people.
Yes, I was too scared.
Bumbo Clay, hey. Look on the road.
I wonder when I rasta they wait.
The man must be dead too, you know, must, you know. But when the people that want to drive, you have to wonder. Look on the road, look there. You see the road stay? Look on the road. Nice and clean, stay to the party there. But I'm going to show you. Eh? Look here. I don't want to see the man that play that I know on the school. Yeah, let me say this. This is our school. People go to school. See you there? Blood, clean. Go down there. Police. But then police when they stand up, you know? Alright. That's a nice see?
Where is it? I didn't know about them there.
Yeah. Alright. Let me move this. Let me look at a JOS. Give them a little thing. JOS.
Every day, thousands of people in Kingston travel. Some by car, some by cycle, some walk. But
And then it's Alvice that you're not here, you know.
Original JVC.
Yeah, here it is. See, look.
most travel by bus. Over the last 20 years, to being. More and more children attend school. To cater for this growth, Jamaica Omnibus Services Limited, known locally as JOS, came into...
Of course, I mean Peter. Oh, you mean, man? You must remember Peter here. So this 29 bus there, JOS, this, you know, yes, brother. Remember Peter Abrams, man?
Yeah, you remember they was from South Africa. And Norman man, they grant him asylum here.
And Peter Abrams, they're on the radio there, you know? If you had time, Peter Abrams, man. Yes. Continue.
Being in 1956.
Peter Abrams did have a thing on the radio.
By the 70s, With 2,400 workers, the company's 425 buses operated over 12 million miles per year and carried 150 million passengers.
At 70s, man, so you know, them did have how much bus and how much them have by the 70s. And when them at the 70s were there. All right, now show no. Continue. Of course. And look up, let me show them how the bus used to run. Them think I joke. Look here, look here.
Running a large bus company requires organization. The board of directors is partly British and partly Jamaican. This board, which meets regularly, is responsible to the shareholders, of whom more than 1,000 are Jamaicans. The managing director, who works full-time, has under him 3 main departments: engineering, which maintains the fleet; traffic, which operates it; and accounts, which, as its name implies, accounts for the revenue taken. The engineering department, under the chief engineer, deals with the day-to-day and long-term maintenance of the fleet. The first JOS buses operated out of a depot in western Kingston known as Tivoli Depot. Tivoli Depot has now been expanded to a 10-acre site on which are located offices, overhaul workshops, running shift workshops.
Can them they move that to Linda, them have officer Linda's work, you know. Below RGR, yeah, that's it.
A preventative
You saw the place you stand with them thing, I'm tell you saying that the bus ain't clean. Them vacuum, them wash. Everything.
calls on the engineering department to provide the required maximum number of buses for service each day. The traffic manager, assisted by 2 area superintendents, plans timetables and crew schedules and supervises the company's operations around the city.
You will them tell us, them think I joke me and make timetable. Because bus of run panta, everything run. Them have everything for repair bus, the parts, them and when you look, in space and no time them run. You don't get delay. Them run pan time. A time. You the plan, then it's all listen up. I thought this plan timetables. Yes. When you watch them thing, it bring you back. Me just see myself and when the inspector them come on to come, hey, Jano. And this we move from. Look where I go on now. The driver, them will be a thief, gas oil, will be a this, will be a that, all kind of. It never used to run like that. Then they run pan timing. And you much passengers move 115 million for the year? Yeah. You run pan timing. See? Yes. You run pan timing and you're good. You set up a bus car and you say no much minutes and next one will come. Them run pan timing, brother.
Yeah, man.
And that we got all them they gone. Them they gone. Fleet them step up now in the 70s. Yeah. See? Nothing now run good. And then the man them go back and a boy for relive the 70s. And remember another one like 70s case. So we are talking about to 76 and to 79 to 80. Right? 80. Election bloody. Them can't come up with nothing else. And then this guy jump out and attack something when he born him a baby. He born 89 attack fuckery. Eh? If we can't tell him about the time them in the 70s, brother, we will build beach and do all kind of little things and play with football and go on a beach, what a beach and open up and all that. What happened to these guys? Eh?
Them miss the bus.
Them for go, man. Yeah.
Like we have one run there.
Me there, brother. That's nothing. Yeah? Cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. And this me I talk about, them not tell me about the 70s. Depend from the CIA for overthrow a country. Where you give in to the big boys them. So what man did they do and people forget them house and housing trust and everything when put in. The bastard and servant, my man come see my mother and father married, you know. So I'm not born as bastard. See? So the bastard and servant act. Yeah? But you're born out of wedlock. Yeah, if man did ever bring in that, you know, so enough of them even and Jonas. Till them bring it in. Yeah? Yes. Eh? The whole of these things where man they put in, but still I use today. The 40 hour a week work. Yeah? A man they bring it in too, you know. Equal pay for equal for man and woman. And the whole of the thing the labor day, the whole of the thing they bring in where I use right now. Where you say it's not relevant? The man I live off a housing trust and I put out garbage. And he said, well, it's not relevant. All them do is spread propaganda. And that them do, you know, and people who believe in a propaganda, them are shit. Yeah? The man them forget charge and send a prison man. Enough of them, you know, like the Dranko one, we don't talk about PNP Bvrn Eventide. No, CIA, we that Jlp Bvrn Eventide. Jlp. So when they even put out a CIA, I remember the ants from the gun, them do it. Shoot Bob Marley to them. Them. And it's there, it them release it. It did it. You understand? That's how I play them. So every time them go and talk about the 70s, it grieve people and say, we're not a piece of shit, we're not part of this. What I want to get charged. We're not germs, we're not go away. Yeah. Go away, man. Real germs. Yeah? We not play with them. Any germs rise up, are we on them? Them fi go away. Propaganda fi stop. You could have sit down for 10 years and when you look, make Andrew come out to the basket when he come out in and wait. And tell me how it uplift in a life. And live in one of the big boys them. Where it uplift. Poor people are suffer like dog. I live off a hand out this bad. Yeah man. It's bad. This bad. We know not chatting with them, but keep it real on us up. Yeah? 2.5 hours, that good. I stay till later, I will come beat it till I'm been again here. Later, me there. We don't ramp with people here? Yes. Alright, we there. We out. Blessed.
We in lump sum, we a beat it till the hammer burn. We now make them get in and them and again. None of them boy that we none of them. We in lump sum, we a beat it till the hammer burn. We now make them get in and them and again. None of them boy that we none of them. We alone some rise up the bomber day.
I'm not a Judas, them a backstabber. I'm my wife, and this straight beauty and glamour. No guy can walk to name me with no dagger. Maybe the heart of Mandela, but the mind of a Zama in the mold. Like a bull man, we send us the jammer. Lyrically inclined, be a metaphor, so no listen to lyrics line to line. Become a lyrical fighter. Put up in the rhythm, they want some more hole in a hater. Lyrically inclined.